Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to our live session. I am Tony and this is Diane.
And I am Diane. Hello everyone.
We're gonna skip the introductions because we all know what we're here. We're here to do, to build, to make the tiny boots. Look how cute. They're very, very cute. And they take very, very little material. So why not go ahead and download the patterns for these guys right now. So in order to do all of this, the first thing we're gonna need is the pattern. So with no further ado, let me quickly show you how to go get that pattern. All right. Simply go to leather-patterns.com. All right. You can also type dieselpunk.ro in your browser and then navigate to free stuff. All right. And there are a couple other very, very good patterns for you to practice. And at the bottom here, you have the tiny boots. All right. So all you have to do is click this download button. All right. And the pattern only has 3 pages. All right. Go to your printer settings, print the pattern, and we are all good to go. All right. I already went ahead and printed the pattern, and I have it right here. All right. The test page, obviously, just to make sure your page printed correctly. You also have a little bit of instructions here. But you've used my patterns, you know what's what. And then obviously we're gonna have the right and the left and the right tiny foot, all right, or tiny boot, or tiny whatever you wanna call it. I already made one. It's the right one, okay? We're gonna go ahead and do the left one. And I promise at the end, we're gonna award the left and the right boot to one of you watchers, all right? So thank you again for being here. Thank you for using my patterns. And I'm very excited to make another one because it is so much fun to do. But before, I'm gonna leave you to download and you know, print the patterns. And I wanna show you something. I want to show you my first try.
Zarina said that bruise is not going away. Is it, Tony?
It is very slowly. Very slowly is moving towards the end of the nail here. Every time I clip it, but you know, that's gross. You don't want to know. Anyway, it took me a whole day to design this. All right, and this here is my first try. All right, I didn't like the way the leather sits at the back here. I didn't like the way it sits at the front, so I went ahead, did the second version.
Our assistant,
okay,
don't
Akira
be
is very hot.
afraid.
Anyway, this is the second attempt I've made. I was very...
Akira, I want to ask something.
I was very unhappy with this one as well.
I'm serious. Are the
Diana?
Yes.
Let's get back to the point. Now, this is the second attempt, as you can see, not very nice. So I went ahead and I did the third attempt. All right, which was very, very close to the final product, which is this. All right, so by the end of our build, you should be able to have a couple of these made. All right, so I, as you can see, used 3 types of leather for such a small build. You can use a single. You can use the same leather all over. All right. But if you want to get something extra nice, I recommend for the sole and for the heel, use something very heavy. Maybe this is, I think, 7 or 8 ounces leather, very tough. All right, And then for these two beads here, let me show you right here. For these two beads, okay, the brown ones, I used 5 ounces of chrome tan leather. And for the insides, these two go right in there. And one of these is the one in the middle here. This is vegetable tan leather. Try and have something at least 6, 7 ounces thick, so we can get this nice round shape at the front here. All right. So I hope by now you have everything ready and cut. Diane is desperately making signs. She has something to say.
Yes. So, Taurusus asks, initial question. Are the left and right booties different in some ways, or can you flip one to make the other?
Yes, they are flipped. Of course, they are exactly the same pattern, but I took the liberty of flipping the design for you, so you don't have to. All right. So, yeah, they are the same, but one will fit a left tiny foot and the other one the right tiny foot. Okay. So yeah, I mirror them for you. Okay, so this is the pattern ready. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe we're gonna do this bit here, all right? We're gonna do this bit, and then you're gonna do all the rest home, and then next time we're gonna meet, we're gonna assemble everything together. I promise I'll do everything as well till next week. Now, the holes, you try and get the smallest hole puncher you have. I'm gonna go ahead and use my usual 1.5 hole puncher. As you can clearly see, because of the design, it still works just fine, all right? But I admit, if I had a 1 millimeter hole puncher, it would have worked just as well, if not better, okay? With that in mind, this is, I'm gonna use vegetable tan leather for this bit, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and stick it on to the paper like we always do with our patterns. And quick update, you go ahead and download the pattern right now, because by the time this video live session is over, the pattern will not be available anymore, right? However, if you are one of our channel members, and you know who you are, on top of all the free patterns you get, you will also have access to this tiny boot pattern forever, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and make some noise, all right?
Yes, Harry Copeland asks, hi Tony, do you intend to offer plastic templates?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you intend to offer plastic templates, acrylic templates?
For this guy?
Yes.
I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
Diane, write it down.
I will.
Yes,
Right.
we're gonna have acrylic templates. And the good thing about the acrylic templates is you're basically gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And with those 6 acrylic pieces, you can build both boots. I do apologize for the noise. It is what it is. There is no way around it. Our neighbors are familiar with us. I will suggest from time to time, maybe make a little bit, make a little gift for your neighbors so they can forgive your punching. Why not give them a tiny boot? Funny story. I've made this a couple of days ago, and I wanted to show it to Diane because she was away at work. And when she came back home, she showed me she bought a shoe key fob that very same day. And now of course, obviously she's gonna want to
it's mine, of course.
to have one of these, because you know the point of this story, there is a market for this. All right, trust me, there are a lot of people who are going to be very happy to hang these
We have
on
a
their
problem.
keys. What problem?
DP John, I clicked the link at the top of the chat feed. Had no issue downloading. Is anybody there with this problem? Please write.
I'm pretty sure the download works. Buddy, message me and
Chris Bonomo said, where is the link for the pattern? It is not in the description.
no, the link is not in the description. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and post this. Go to dieselpunk.ro or go to leather-patterns.com. Go under free patterns and it's at the top of the page. Now, my least favorite part of the build will be cutting this guy out. All right, and please try and pay attention, because there is no easy way to cut this, no easier way than what I'm going to show you. All right. Before I do, I absolutely hate cutting leather like this, but at the same time, I have to admit, it is one of the best ways to do it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do cuts like that. All right, successive cuts, hang on one that, along the edge, all right, just like that, where the lines are very tight, all right? And don't worry if it's not absolutely right. You can always sand this later because it's such a small area, such a small line, it will not take you too long, all right? So basically, this is what we're gonna do to cut every single piece of this build. Again, once we arrive here, come on, focus. All right, we're gonna do small straight cuts like that. Allow me to demonstrate.
Okay.
All right, Diane, if you have a question for us, you go right ahead.
Thank you, Riccardo Pasqualini, member for 5 months. Good evening from Trieste. Hello, hello to Trieste. We have been there. Ravenous Hammer, is this your way of telling us Diane is expecting? He asked, he thought I would like to, I would like the shoe, the little shoe. But
oh, no, that is not expecting, not yet, no.
Because I like you guys, so...
Anyway, this is the first one. See, it's pretty effortless. Just do take your time. Basically, the more straight cuts you do along the edge, all right, the rounder this will seem, because it's not round, but it does look like that, all right? Because there are successive straight cuts that will go around the edge and basically will allow you to cut something like this with ease, all right? So this is one of them. Going back to the pattern, we're gonna use chromed vegetable tan leather like that for this guy, for one of these guys, and that's about it. 1, 2, 3 pieces, all right? Now, of course, like I said, you don't have to go with this color scheme. You can go with any color scheme you want. You can make him pink, you can make him turquoise, you can make him all black, you can make him all brown, whatever you like. So we're just gonna steam right through, and the next piece I'm gonna cut will be this guy. This is one of the easier ones, but nevertheless we still have to go around these corners here. But now you have the knowledge, all right? Messy, but it does work. Meanwhile, Diane, if anybody wants to say or anybody wants to know anything, do let me know.
Geffner said something true and interesting. The choice to use 7th oz leather in layers for the sole, however, will the thickness and rigidity of the build-up sole become a difficulty for the small child who might attempt to actually wear?
These are not for children. These are key fobs. There is no child in the world with a foot small enough to fit in here. All right? So these are key fobs. I wanted to make them as small as possible while it was still a fun build. All right? Now, having said that, if you want to make these for kids, all right, all you have to do is print the pattern bigger. Print it bigger. I don't know how big because it wasn't intended for kids, but just print it bigger. All right? And then you're gonna get rid of some of the pieces, all right? And I'll show you as we continue which of those pieces we need to get rid of if you want a tiny foot to go inside a tiny boot, all right? Oh. But again, I did not design these to be worn by kids, by babies, or by infants. I did not. So I don't know how comfortable they are. All I know is they're very fun to do. Yes, Diane?
They are similar with your pattern for shoes? I don't think so.
I did start off from the moccasin inspired shoes. Yes, correct, the tall ones. However, besides the shape of the sole and the general appearance, they are very, very different. Like I said, they are designed to be key fobs, not actual shoes.
Because Madeleine McAuley says, since this is similar to your shoe pattern, I can probably use the technique to make my shoe even better.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you do anything leatherwork related, your technique will improve, all right? So,
and piece of leather.
Piece of leather, yes.
We are very glad you are fine now. Said, what is our second free pattern for the month?
The free, that I did not forget. You know, if you've been around, you know I don't forget these things, and I always deliver on my promises. And yes, you're gonna get it on tomorrow. All right. So stay tuned. Tomorrow I will release it. Things happened, and it was supposed to be ready yesterday, and now it's going to be ready on Monday. Thank you very much. Anyway, this will keep you busy. All right, let's get back to the build. There is no way I'm going to finish making all of these by the end of this build, but we already had an agreement, you and me. We're gonna finish cutting all of the leather pieces for next week. Yes, Dee?
A piece of leather said I have faith.
Oh yeah, you gotta have faith, yes. I really like the look of these boots, and I actually plan on doing a pattern kit with tiny things and add tiny things to it as we go through it.
I can give Baron ask, repeat the millimeter of the leather.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and these are the scraps I'm using. All right, this is six ounces vegetable tan. All right, this is 5 ounces chrome tan, and this for the soles. All right, I believe is 7, maybe 8 ounces of, this is a combination of chrome and vegetable tan. So yeah, this is what I use. These guys here, once again, you can go ahead and use, experiment. It does not take too much leather, so you can freely experiment and see which one you like best. These are literally scraps I used from previous builds, and you know, they were too big to throw away and too small to use at anything else. Please allow me to bring my hole puncher here.
Till now, then, I will ask if you intend to do tiny hats, because somebody asked you.
Yes, I want to do more tiny things. This is my mid-year resolution. All right, we're gonna do more tiny things. I'm gonna use this hole puncher, rotary hole puncher, for the holes for the laces. All right. This is too small. Now, what I found with these, sometimes once you do the hole, you have to twist it a little bit. So.
Fa unul Artesania Sanquero said in Argentine, use millimeter system for the leather, like here in Romania.
Right. Yeah, of course you do. We also use the metric system. So if 6 ounces sounds strange to you, you can either Google it or remember that 6 ounces is precisely 2.4 millimeters. Right, so this is all done now. We're gonna have to cut it, all right? It will be a little bit tough around the edges here, but I've done it before, and if I can do it, I believe anybody can.
Very interesting questions from Connie Torres. Has Tony made a video where he uses one of his acrylic templates?
I'm not sure. I don't think I did.
I am sure you don't.
Maybe, you know what? Why don't we make this one the first?
Yes, it's an interesting idea. So, ideally, another question for Taima Shaya. So, ideally use 0.8 millimeter thread and 1 millimeter punch.
Yeah, 0.8 and 1 millimeter holes. I did use 0.8 millimeter thread and 1.5 holes. So again, why don't you use a few scraps of leather and use that combination, see how you like it, and if you like it, you can use it on the finished product. All right. You can see this is not that hard if we use this technique. Just make sure your blade is very sharp, no matter what blade that is. And one more thing I need to show you before we go. So basically, this piece right here and this guy right here, we're gonna have to finish the edges, all right? And it's gonna be the edges that don't have a stitching line, all right? So this guy here and this guy here, all right? Before we put them all together, all right? As you can see here, this is all nice and smooth. Also this little piece of leather here, the tab, all right? And this one, we're gonna make nice and shiny after we stitch everything together. So before we assemble, before next week, only have this guy here, around here like that, nice and smooth. All of this piece of leather here and this guy here. All right, well, we are running out of time. I sincerely hope you enjoy the pattern. I really hope you're gonna wait for me till next week to finish this, because you know, you can probably figure it out. I have a lot of faith in you. However, it will be easier and way more fun to have the pieces ready for next week and continue and possibly finish the build then. Again, thank you so much for being here. Diane is saying goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, and we'll see each other next Sunday, same time. Goodbye. Take care.
Next time, bye.